Hi, this is Mati Fuller. I use tarot, numbers, and chakras to help you understand your relationships better. So this is your weekly Love Tarot reading for Gemini from March 23 to 29. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If it resonates, that's awesome. If it doesn't, then this reading is not for you. So let's find out what's going on with Gemini for the week of March 23 to 29. Soulmate and twin flame connection. Let's find out where you're at first. Okay. So your partner has the Knight of Pentacles. This is the knight that doesn't have any movement at all. He's just sitting on his horse, evaluating the situation, wondering what the next step is going to be. Once he actually starts going, he will be very persistent. But as long as he's just sitting on his horse, he's not really doing much at all. And they also have the Lover's card. So they're basically evaluating the love relationship right now. The Knight of Pentacles is sitting there watching the relationship and wondering what he's going to do about it. When you add up those two numbers, you get 6 plus 1, 1 for the court card. And that is a 7. 7 is the Chariot. He wants to move forward. They want to move forward, full speed. But at the same time, in numerology, 7 is also lack of faith. They don't totally trust the relationship. That is why they're sitting on the horse evaluating the relationship. They don't totally trust the relationship right now. There's something that doesn't feel right. There's something that's a little bit off. They still care about you. They have the King of Cups. They want to take action based on their heart, what they feel in their heart. And at the same time, they also have the 10 of Wands. They feel overloaded and stressed out. They feel like you're not helping much, that you're leaving all the burdens to them. And something doesn't feel good. When you add up those two numbers, you get 10, which is end of a cycle, new beginning, plus 1 for the court card. That's 11. That's justice. That has to do with doing what feels right for them, standing there in their truth, following their own path. Not trying to please you, just trying to be real with themselves. So not only do they not trust the relationship, but a decision is coming up where they have to stand in their truth and tell you what that truth is. So that sounds a little bit ominous, I know. You have the Ace of Swords. You want to do something new, something exciting, but you can't see what it is because you have moon energy. Moon energy makes everything vague. You can't see the path. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you want with this relationship. You just can't see it right now. It's a not knowing place to be. And it's always difficult to be in a place of not knowing. It takes a lot of faith. So when we add up these numbers, you get 18 plus 1. That's 19. 19 is the Sun card. So you do have a positive attitude. You hope that everything's going to work out, even though you can't see it right now. And that you will be able to start a new beginning with this person somehow. But you also have the Hermit, walking his own path, and the Fool, wanting to be irresponsible, wanting to just jump into the world and trust that the universe has your back and not plan anything. And obviously your partner has a little bit of a problem with that. That just doesn't feel right to them. They want to have a little bit more disciplined approach to life, and you just don't want to worry about anything anymore. You just want to be the Fool and just say, this is it. I'm taking off. Who knows where I'm going? But I just trust that the universe will take care of my needs and that I will explore and find my own answers, and that's all I want to do. Well, these two cards are never good for relationships. Okay, the Hermit is alone and the Fool is alone. And not only are they alone, but the Fool is foolish and the Hermit has no interest in relationships. So right now, you're definitely on a different kind of path. If we add up these numbers, we get 0 for the Fool and 9 for the Hermit, and 9 is the end of a cycle where you evaluate where you've come to and what you want to do next. No wonder you have the moon energy. you can't see the path until it has been evaluated properly. And then you can get your new beginning. So your partner is feeling this. No wonder they don't trust the relationship right now and feel stressed out about everything, because you're choosing not to be responsible and they're taking on too much responsibility. So you're definitely not on the right path, on the same page right now. So let's find out how you feel about each other. How does partner feel about Gemini? How does Gemini feel about partner? How do you feel about each other? Okay. Your partner feels defensive. They feel like they need to protect what they have created. They want to protect the relationship from falling apart. That's really what it is. Even though they can feel that a change is coming, Wheel of Fortune. They can feel the change is coming. 10 is also the end of the old and a new beginning. So they know that something is really shifting, something major is shifting. So even if they hold on to it by fighting for what they have created, it may not be in their hands to keep what they have created, because the Wheel of Fortune doesn't care what you have created. Change will come regardless, okay? And that change will lead your partner to have to make a choice about a new path. 2 of Pentacles, two of Wands. 2 of Wands, they have to make a new path. So you're dealing with Wands here. 2 cards have Wands. Wands have to do with second chakra. It has to do with following your passion and doing what feels exciting. And that's kind of where their focus is. Even though they want to keep the relationship, but they can feel changes coming, and that change is not in their hands. You add up these numbers, we get 7 plus 10 plus 2. That's 17 plus 2, that's 19. 19 is the Sun card. So whatever this change is bringing, it is for your highest good. It is going to be ending up as a successful thing, as a good thing, as a thing that brings you joy. But you can't see it right now. So you have the Page of Wands. You want to do something that's exciting too. You like being busy, 2 of Pentacles. And you have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords always knows what she wants, and she is not afraid to express that. So you're being very bold in your expression right now about what you want. If we add up those numbers, you get 1 plus 2, that's 3 plus 1, that's 4. You're talking Emperor energy. So Emperor energy means that you want to be in control. You want to create a foundation that you can build your future on. It's your way or the highway. The Emperor does not compromise or ask permission from anyone. You are definitely acting like a dictator right now because you want what you want. So that is why your partner feels defensive, because there's no wiggle room from your attitude. They feel a change is coming, and they feel like they have to make a choice at some point and pick their path. All right, so there's a little bit of a power trip going on here between the 2 of you. Let's see how this is affecting their relationship. How is this affecting the relationship? What energies are we dealing with? Okay, your partner has the 4 of Cups. They're feeling grumpy. They're not appreciating your love offerings. There's no way you can please them. They're just in a grumpy mood. And the way they express that is by putting it all into their work. They're not really putting energy into the relationship right now. You probably feel like they've pulled away from you and there's nothing you can do to please them. And they're just putting all their energy into work, which makes it hard to work things out with them. If we add up those numbers, we get 4 plus 8. That's 12, and 12 is Hangman energy. Your partner cannot move forward even though they're grumpy, and they just have to hang from a tree until they can see the path, or they can turn it over to a higher power and just be in total surrender when it comes to the relationship, because they can't figure out what they want, and they can't see what to do, and they can't figure out what their path is or what's in their highest good, and they just don't know anything right now. Hangman energy is like that, and it transforms you when you have to basically humble yourself into surrender. So we'll see where that goes. You have the Queen of Wands. You want to do what you want to do, and you're not going to make a big deal out of it. You're just going to hide from your partner some of the stuff that you're doing. You're not going to be totally open about it, because you know that it's going to create an issue and make them even more grumpy. So you're just going to do your own thing and take a chance. When you add up those numbers, you get 7 plus 1, that's 8. So this is your way of empowering yourself. 8 has to do with finding your inner strength. So you're trying to empower yourself in the relationship. The energy between the two of you is the Empress, which is always a good energy, a good card for relationships, because the Empress is very nurturing and very creative and very positive. So there is a positive element there, but there is also the Two of Swords, which means a choice does have to be made. Even if you both try to be creative and to connect with each other through creativity, you still have to make a choice. You both know this. 3 plus 2 is a 5. 5 is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant has to do with values. So your values are clashing right now. That's why you're fighting. That's why you're not agreeing with each other. And if the Hierophant is not flexible, the Hierophant never compromises. It's always about either you accept my values or I don't want to see you anymore. So that's kind of where it's come to. That's the energy between you. Neither one of you are open to the other person's point of view. Okay, so let's find out what kind of advice we can give to Gemini. How's the best way to deal with this? Advice for Gemini. There's always some cards that try to escape. Okay, you've got two options, Gemini. You can either fight a battle that nobody's going to win and you'll end up on the street. So if you're being pig-headed, the 5 energy, which is a very unstable energy, you got 2 cards here, that's a 5, is going to basically break up the relationship. Or the other option is share with your partner and nurture them as much as you can. Love them, nurture them, share with them. And you might be able to turn this around. But those are the 2 options. See the 2 paths. All right, so let's add up these numbers. You got 5 plus 5, that's a 10. Plus 6, that's 16. Plus 1, 17. And 17 is the Star card. It gives you hope, it gives you direction, it gives you inner guidance. So whatever you choose to do, the best thing you can do is to listen to your inner guidance, and your inner guidance will show you the way. All right, so that was the reading for Gemini. I hope you like it. Please put your thumbs up and subscribe so you won't be missing out on anything, and don't be afraid to share it with your friends. And thank you for listening. Bye.